Hi, so welcome back to our YouTube channel. So my name is Annmarrie Lewis. I currently work for the Ministry of Justice as the Head of Design Authority Leadership and Culture Change. So what I'm doing is helping them to shape their thinking and shape the process around culture to make sure that we have a fair and just system for the people that's in our youth custody service, our prisons, our adult estate and our women's estate, and across the civil service. I also have a social enterprise which works with young people who've come from traditionally diverse and challenging backgrounds. So majority of our young people came from, all had been homeless, all had been in the care system and all had been to jail. And we use entrepreneurship as a way for them to go through social mobility and come out of some of the challenging situations. I'm thinking about the question around, am I too young to make a difference? For me, I would personally say absolutely, age is not a barrier. You have people like Greta Thunberg who's doing amazing stuff, and a whole host and range of young people who are doing brilliant things. I myself work with people from the ages of about 8 up until 25 to 30, running their own businesses, starting their own businesses, whether it's YouTube channels, whether it's online, whether it's things could be as simple as setting up a drinks company or setting up a graphic design company, doing practical trades like plumbing, mechanics, setting up window cleaning companies and making significant money, right through to people running international organisations, young people doing brilliant stuff, brilliant things, or they're excelling, I should say, in academia. So there's a whole range of things that young people, for me, absolutely are not limited by age. Should never think that age is a barrier. There is always support, there are always organisations, there are always people around that will help you. So for example, some young people might not be able to register until they're 18 legally for a company, but they have parents, friends, families, aunts, godparents, organisations who can help take care of the registration part, with you still being the director, with you still being fully having full ownership and support until you're of that age where you can then take over legal ownership of the company. So there's lots of ways around practical barriers, if there are barriers. I would encourage you as young people to do as many diverse things as you can. So if I have a passion for entrepreneurship, so I'll always talk about that. But equally, if there are things that you want to do based on social justice, based on criminal justice, and just justice as a whole really, whatever passion, whether it's climate, whether it's environment, whether it's the arts, whatever way in which you feel that you want to express yourself in this world and leave a footprint, you are never too young to start leaving your footprint in this world. And I have a saying that came from Miles Monroe that always says, I want to die empty, which basically means that when I go up to heaven by God's grace, if I get there, I want to make sure that I have left everything that I was supposed to leave on this earth. And I start thinking, and I started from a very early age thinking, what would I want my legacy, what would I want the world to say about me when I went on to eternity. And I think you're never too young to start thinking about those things, to say, not from a morbid, depressed type of angle, but actually, when I'm 80, when I'm 90, when you reach those ages, what difference in this world do you want to have made? What are you passionate about? Those are clues, things that, a couple of clues, and then I'll close it on these. Things that you're really passionate about, things that you wake up and think about, things that you just won't leave you, even if you've forgotten about them for a couple of weeks, but it still comes back. That's an indication as to some of the areas you might be called in. Things that you love to do. Equally, things that make you absolutely mad, things that you get really angry about, and things that really irritate you may also be an indication of the areas that you're called to either work in or to serve in or to do ministry in, all of those kinds of things. And the Bible itself is absolutely just made up of so many people at young ages who did tremendous things. The apostles, predominantly many of them, were 16, 17 years old, and look at the impact they've made around the world. The Bible is still the biggest selling book in the entire world. It has reached out, we have about 2 billion people now out of the 7 billion that are Christians. So there are things that you can do at your age. Josiah, who was king at 8 years old, king, like the sky is really your limit. So do not ever let anything or anyone tell you that your age is a barrier to you doing brilliance. It's not. So thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more content, please don't forget to like and subscribe.